Well, this year has seen a shift in those succeeding in the Democratic nomination.
While women and billionaires have joined on the stage in previous elections, they haven't had the momentum that we've seen in previous years.
Our Brian Calfano has a deeper look at why.
The road to the Democratic nomination's been a bit like this one. Uphill, windy, a little chilly for some of the candidates. Super Tuesday moves us to some of the sunnier, warmer states. But will those Democratic candidates who've been struggling get a warmer reception from the voters? We've seen women versus billionaires face off for the presidency before, but this time neither are dominating, at least when it comes to the 2020 Democratic nomination. Just 4 years ago, Democrats were all in behind Hillary Clinton's push to break what she called that highest, hardest glass ceiling. But things seem different now on the campaign trail.
We're not hearing about, hey, we need to nominate a woman. We need a woman president. Where did that conversation go?
Well, let's give Hillary credit. She cracked that ceiling pretty much. And she didn't win the election, but she won the popular vote. So that's another stepping stone.
Joan McLean knows all about political stepping stones. She was one of Representative Geraldine Ferraro's closest advisors and helped convince Ferraro to run as Democrat Walter Mondale's vice presidential nominee in 1984. 36 years later, McLean sees women running for office as having greater control now over their political destiny, and held to task for policy mistakes instead of stereotypes. Senator Elizabeth Warren, last summer's Democratic frontrunner, is case in point.
She succumbed early on to putting a detailed plan about her health plan on her web and addressing it. She had more of a general plan, and then she put the details. That gave the other candidates a lot of ammunition to go after her first.
The road is rough for billionaires these days, too. Candidate Tom Steyer dropped out of the race after finishing a distant third in last Saturday's South Carolina primary. That leaves former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who, perhaps ironically, watched his rise in polls stalled by Warren's strong criticism of his past treatment of women in back-to-back debates. But Bloomberg has done some things well, according to communication strategist Brett Bruen.
I think actually Bloomberg has added a level of sophistication, especially on the communications front, that didn't exist amongst the other Democratic candidates. So his attacks against President Trump have been much more effective than many of the other Democrats.
Bloomberg says he'll use his fortune to aid whomever wins his party nomination, and if Democrats select a woman, that candidate will benefit from the stepping stones her predecessors placed.
But there's still some sexism. There's still some other things that aren't happening that maybe hold women back, but we are in a pretty unique place in history where we have multiple viable women running for the White House.
Brian Calfano, Ozarks First.
Want to get back to covering